when you're an entrepreneur or like have your own business, you're going to come across a lot of people who will be negative about it, people
Okay.
who will want you down. They don't want to see you up there. Like people will be hating on you and would say like, you shouldn't be doing this. You should do this instead of that. Like that was the hardest for me to go through. And I started to use those comments to help me get up there. Rather than looking at the negative side of things of those comments, I looked at the positive perspectives and started to focus more on the positive sides rather than focus on the negatives.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was going through that, I realized that when I was focusing on the negatives, I started to go down rather than go up.
Mm-hmm.
And when I realized that, I had to, just get out there and focus on one thing at a time rather than focus on all these bunch of things that I need to get done on the list. It's better to focus on one thing at a time and then just tick it off and then move on to the next step. Because while I was going through that was hard, like just being stressed out about, focusing on all those negative comments and people telling me that they don't want me to go up there. They don't see me up there. They rather see me where I am, where I was in the past.
Mm-hmm.
But I used that against me to go higher and reach higher to where I am today. Because right now what I'm doing is I'm doing modeling. A lot of people don't really know that, but like I do modeling on the side. And I also have a shoot coming up on Monday and then another one next month. And I have another interview with a different modeling agency this next week, Friday. And so a lot of things are hectic. Like,
wow, that's beautiful. I like that. You're making moves.
Yeah, I have to make moves. I can't just sit home and do nothing. That's the thing about what other people are going through. They just sit home and do the normal routine rather than putting themselves out there and going after what they want to accomplish in life. It's better to know what you want, write those goals down and go after it, put the effort in, because without effort, without faith, works is dead. And it just goes all the way back to faith. Like you gotta get there. When it comes to dating, get out the door. When it comes to businesses, get out the door. Like, that's all I wanted to say to all those who are going through something in life. Just focus on the positive side. Don't focus on the negatives, because all those negative comments and everything will always come at you, even if you're gonna go and chase after your dream. And that's what I just kept doing. I focused on the positives rather than the negatives, because when I was focusing on the negative sides, I was going down rather than going up. And so, focus on the positive sides and life will be smooth if you continue to stay consistent with that.
And of course, I know that a lot of people that were criticizing you, they were close family members and friends, right?
Yeah, and distant as well. Like
it's always we always get the most criticism from the people that we're close, or the people we know that we're close to the most. Another something that I've gone through with myself, but something I see a lot of people go through. I always tell people all the time that if you have haters, people, it just means you're doing something right. People who hate don't hate people that are doing better than them. They always try to hate people. Nobody hates the people that are doing less than you. You always hate people that are doing more than you.
Yes, that's the thing. Oh my goodness, people should just don't worry. Like focus on your life.
Exactly. That's what I always tell people. I always tell, hey, if people are hating on you, that means you're doing something good in your life. Because no one hates the people in the bottom. Nobody cares. People always hate the people that's above. So that's a sign. That's a sign doing well. So keep doing your thing.
In my past, I've had that with my parents. In my past, they would be like, just don't do it anymore. It's too much. Like do something else. But I had the desire and the passion, and I knew the vision of the company, and I knew where I was gonna go if I didn't stop. And so, them telling me to not do it, I just kept going. Like I can see myself in 10 years time, what I would look like and where I would be if I keep going. But if I had listened and gave up in that moment when I was told to, I wouldn't be where I am today. So yeah, I think everything happens for a reason. And it goes back to what you do about it now that will get you to where you want to go in life.
Yeah. Was it hard? Was it when they said that? Was it hard? Was it difficult hearing that, or was it now do you use that as motivation to kind
I
of
use it as motivation.
yeah
Yeah, use it as motivation. Use the
motivation?
trial. Yeah, use the trials that we all go through and just use it as a motivation to continue your day and just keep going, but always see the vision of where you want to go. Always see yourself and picture yourself of maybe you being out there changing the world or being on that stage, and that will help you chase to where you want to go in life. Because that's where it's chasing me to where I want to go in life.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
So I mean, I want to ask, did you always have that mentality where, like, when you were, as early you can remember being younger as a child, you always wanted to be an entrepreneur, you always wanted to be different, or is that something you developed over time? Maybe was there a point of time you just wanted to be, being like everybody else and be normal in 9 to 5, but then something happened and then you eventually had that idea of being an entrepreneur, or was that something you just always had early in your life?
I've always had it early in my life. At the age of 17.
17.
I'm 24 now, but I started around 17.
So before you were 17, you didn't have that mentality?
No, I didn't.
So,
I was just, before 17, I was focused on high school, like graduating 12 and all that. But then when I reached year 11, I started to hang out with business mindset people. And
okay.
yeah, I started to put myself out there and talk with millionaires and like just talk with them. And yeah, being at the age of 17, I was so young.
Like, I know.
Yeah, I just like start to put myself out there, because had I not, I wouldn't have met those people that I know now today.